So where did the Rosary come from in history? Did it actually come to Saint Dominic from Mother Mary to help convert people into Christianity? Or is the Rosary actually a tradition rooted to ancient Judaism before Jesus Christ? It's actually a little bit of both. So today I'll break it down completely for you. If you're interested in more of these videos, feel free to hit that like button. It'll give me a good indicator on how you liked this video. Now, by any means, the Rosary, exactly what we have today, wasn't there in ancient Judaism, but the principles were absolutely there. Today we pray 50 Hail Marys, 250 Hail Marys, to even 200 if you do all 4 of the mysteries. But remember those numbers because they're going to be very important when we take a look into ancient Judaism. And the ancient Jews would pray 50 to 150 Psalms per day, and they would remember them like the back of their hand. These were ancient Jews. Like, I can't even remember a phone number, but they were able to remember 50 to 150 Psalms. That's insane. Now, praying all of those Psalms per day, they needed a way to count how many that they were doing. So they would use rocks, bones, put bones on a string, prayer ropes with knots on them, anything to use to make sure they kept count of everything that they were praying. This type of prayer would take all day to do, and it actually says in the book of Psalms, 7 times a day I praise you, evening and morning, and at noon I utter my complaint and moan, and he will hear my voice. It is recommending in a day full of prayer all day. This was a tradition called sanctifying the hours, which is a precursor of liturgy of the hours that we currently have in the Catholic Church today. This was such a core Jewish tradition that even the illiterate people, the people who couldn't read, were able to pray 50 to 150 Psalms, and the Catholic Church didn't just let go of this tradition. This actually kept on going all the way up to 800 AD. During this time period, whenever anyone would pass away, they would offer them Mass, then 50 to 150 Psalms just for one person. An entire Mass, 50 to 150 Psalms for one guy? That's pretty crazy. In Catholicism, we believe in praying for the souls that departed because they could be in purgatory. They need our prayers, and the biggest form of prayer is the Catholic Mass. But only the people who knew the Psalms were able to do this. These were not ancient Jews anymore. These were people who converted to Christianity that weren't Jewish. So they didn't know the Old Testament like the back of their hand like ancient Jews did. So here's the problem. Devout Catholic Christians wanted to pray for those who have passed away, but they can't pray the Psalms. So to solve this issue, the priests commanded everyone who didn't know the Psalms to just pray any prayers that you do know, which a popular prayer at the time period was the Our Father. So whatever prayers you do know, pray them 50 to 150 times. Everybody knew the Our Father prayer. This was the most popular prayer during this time period. But that was the Our Father. What about the Hail Mary? When does that come into play? And if we fast forward a little bit more at the time, in the 1100s, we see the Templar Knights, or the Crusader Knights, praying 50 to 150 salutations to the Blessed Mother. Not Hail Marys, but salutations to the Blessed Mother. Imagine these big, bulky, masculine men in knight in shining armor praying the Hail Mary, or their version of the Hail Mary, as a knight. That is so cool. And this type of repetitional prayer was already a thing for the knights. They were already praying 57 Our Fathers for not missing choir, which I find really funny. As a knight, you missed choir, so your punishment is to pray 57 Our Fathers. That is hilarious. But back to the Hail Marys. As I said, it was salutations to the Blessed Mother, meaning this wasn't considered a prayer at this time period, but more of a greeting, more of a giving honor to the Blessed Mother, giving her veneration, not asking for her intercession, but giving her such honor. While doing these Hail Marys, they would genuflect or bow or prostrate in between each prayer. And through the research I've been looking into the Hail Mary prayer during this time period, it looks like it ends in the middle of the prayer. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. It would end right there, which makes total sense if the Hail Mary prayer wasn't universally known yet, but clearly a devotion to the Blessed Mother was universally known. But in the Rosary today, we don't just say the Ave Marias and just call it a day. We actually have a mental prayer to the Rosary where we meditate on the mysteries of the life of Jesus Christ. Where is that in all of this in the history? and it actually comes in the 1400s, coming from the Carthusian monks, specifically from Dominic the Prussian. Hopefully I'm not butchering that name. He lived from 1382 to 1460. Him and the rest of the Carthusian monks started adding the 10 decades on the rosary that we see today, plus all the mysteries. Then they started adding the Our Father in between each of the decades and basically created what we see in the rosary today. But where is Saint Dominic in this whole situation? The Saint Dominic apparition of Mary happened in the 1200s, while everything that we listed happened before the 1200s or after the 1200s. So where is Saint Dominic and Mother Mary in all of this? And I think it is very beautiful to think about it this way, that Mother Mary approved of this practice. This practice was clearly done before the time of Saint Dominic, but Mother Mary gave her stamp of approval onto this and made it her own. If Mother Mary approves of the rosary, then most definitely the church will approve the rosary. And now it is a Catholic Church staple to pray the rosary. But if you guys want me to do a video on like why we should pray the rosary, the benefits of praying the rosary, let me know down in the comments and I'll gladly make that video for you. Anyways, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!